welcome to a very special edition of ET Now Startup Central. I'm Krishna Kumar, and over the next 20 minutes or so, we have a power-packed show lined up for you, all straight from Taipei in Taiwan, where Computex, largest IT trade show in Asia, took place just last week. I was there. A long-standing computer hardware conference that's been around since 1981. Computex always manages to showcase cutting-edge stuff. So in that last week in Taiwan, some slick designs and novel computers headlined Computex 2016 in Taipei, with Internet of Things and virtual reality being the overarching theme of the event. Now, having spent the entire week at Computex 2016 in Taipei, we found plenty of gadgets and technology that didn't quite fit into regular categories. Some of the most fun moments we had were when we stumbled across some of the stranger devices lurking on the show floor, from personal or home robots to smart pillows. There's something for everyone. There's also a few things that you wonder why they exist. So let's get straight to it and take a look at the top innovations that I found at Computex 2016 in Taipei, in Taiwan. I have with me what you call as a communication robot. This is not the regular robot which does stuff, but it can understand a lot of things and give commands. For example, that screen over there, that screen, there's a living room, bedroom, bathroom, and a kitchen. Now, you can turn the light on or off, you can open the door or shut the door. All you have to do is tell Mr. Sota, hello Sota, living room lamp on.
Lamp on.
And there you go, over there, the living room lamp is on. So this is a very interesting Internet of Things product, where this is a communications robot that can be asked to do regular things inside the home, which is opening the window, closing the window, opening the door, closing the door. And guess what? The maker tells me that this robot can also double up as a receptionist in offices or banks, or even a waiter in restaurants, where it can actually suggest to you what dishes to eat. In fact, you can even put reminders about your appointments, and it will give suggestions. All you do is make sure you feed in all the data into Sota, and Sota will do the rest for you. Now, watch this. See that? That is the impact of my punch, and that's what this piece of technology does. It tracks using motion sensors and tells you, for example, in the sport of boxing, how hard your punches are. And I just figured out that your second punch is always harder than your first punch, and that is the beauty of Internet of Things and technology built around Internet of Things. And guess what? This same piece of Internet of Things technology can be used inside a ball as well. So this is a baseball. Obviously, the maker is Japanese, and they love baseball in that country, so they put that chip inside the baseball. But the maker tells me that you can do the same thing and put it inside a cricket ball and track a cricket ball's motions, which means the spin, the swing, the pace at which the ball is going, all of which can be tracked by using a chip that's put inside a ball. And all of this is meant for advanced research as far as sports and sporting activity is concerned. But it doesn't stop there, because the same piece of technology using motion sensors and Internet of Things can be used to track things like your joints, your muscles, your bones, etc., mainly meant for medical research and doctors to expand the longevity of human life. So this is technology and Internet of Things, enhancing sports as well as enhancing life. This is a pillow which is being called a Dillo, and this is a pillow that uses the Internet of Things technology for the benefit of us human beings. I'll tell you how this one works. So this one has a sensor, and the main aim of this pillow is to make sure that you sleep well. So how does that happen? So if you are not sleeping well and you're tossing and turning on this pillow, and there is a sensor with which it will sense the fact that you're not sleeping but you're moving, right? Like this on the pillow. So once that happens, you see this graph over here? It shows as to the number of times that you've been tossing and turning on your bed. So this pillow acts as a tracker, like a Fitbit on your hand, or any wearable. This is a pillow which doubles up as a wearable, where it uses Internet of Things technology to figure out your sleep patterns, how often do you stay awake, etc. And with that, you can report to your doctor and then get a better medical analysis of what you need to go through. That is point number one. The second part of this whole Dillo is that this microphone. So if you have the habit of actually sleeping and talking, then this microphone will pick that up, and more importantly, you can straight away connect it to your Facebook page and share it with your friends. Like a thought that comes into your head, you type it out as a status message. A thought that came to you smack in the middle of your sleeping can be recorded, and this is voice to text technology on this microphone, and then it goes straight onto your Facebook page. Of course, the makers here are from Taiwan, so this entire Facebook page is in Taiwanese, in Chinese, but in your own Facebook page, whatever you speak during your sleep, you have the choice. You don't have to, but you can do it. Well, I'm certainly not transmitting anything that I speak in my sleep, whether the technology for that is available or not. But Internet of Things is certainly the next wave as far as the world of technology is concerned. In fact, the Digital India mission is also set to harness its powers. Now, I caught up with Lonnie McAllister, Director of Internet of Things, Asia Pacific and Japan at Intel, who spoke about Intel's contribution to Digital India. Take a look.
We've been in India for a long time, and we're working very closely with the Indian government on the Digital India initiatives. In the Digital India initiatives, we're starting to see RFPs, RFQs are starting to roll out, looking in areas for like digital surveillance, monitoring traffic flow, facial recognition, also water treatment, water management through some of our IoT-based solutions. And then also in transportation, where we just launched today in Computex in Asia, a device that is able to actually monitor user driver behavior and plug automatically into your car through a standard interface and be able to provide preventive maintenance, early access into any type of issues associated with either the driver or with the vehicle.
Where does India stand in the scheme of things, in a market like Asia? How big is India? How big is an opportunity is a market like India?
India is a huge market. It's a huge opportunity for us. The Digital India program is looking like we've already invested a lot of infrastructure, and it's based on a lot of Intel devices, servers, backplanes, infrastructure. And with this infrastructure in place, now we can go and enable end-to-end solutions for IoT.
And you work with both big companies as well as startups in the IoT space in the Indian market?
Oh yes, yeah. We work with the big companies, L&T, TCS. They're key partners of ours to deliver solutions to the market, but we also work with the startups as well.
What kind of, what is your sense that you're getting from the Indian market when it comes to Internet of Things? How ready are we, or how far away are we, how close are we when it comes to IoT?
We're right at the beginning of delivering IoT solutions to the market. So we're right at the base of it, okay? So as we develop and deliver more and more mature, scalable solutions, you'll see an acceleration of these products being delivered to market.
What about cloud computing in India, for that matter, is growing very fast when it comes to big data and data analytics and cloud computing, right? How does the IoT fit inside an ecosystem like India, which is still very nascent and up and coming?
Actually, it fits very well. Okay. IoT, really, it's the cloud computing analytics side, it's just cloud services. And there's a lot of companies that are developing applications, cloud-based applications, to deliver the true IoT experience to the edge. IoT really is about, for us, it's about edge computing, building smarter and smarter devices on the edge. This is where the analytics take place, where all of the analysis of the data. The only thing you really want to communicate to the cloud is relevant information that the cloud application can react to. Otherwise, you've got a big bottleneck here with the bandwidth, with the cloud connectivity.
Now, keep in mind, Internet of Things is also set to revolutionize the world of retail as well. And I'm not talking about online retail or e-commerce. We're talking about your traditional brick-and-mortar retail stores. And with the power of IoT or Internet of Things, these stores will be able to prompt what you should be buying. Picture a store in the future with screens showing you what you want to buy before you know it, based on motion sensors and etc., tracking your patterns and then telling you what you should pick up at the store. Now, I caught up with Joe Jensen, who is the head of Internet of Things Global at Intel, and here's what he had to say. Take a look.
Retail is a fantastic example of how Internet of Things is going to change really every part of people's lives. You know, Internet of Things is going to reach 50 billion connected devices delivering intelligence and all that nonsense you hear about. But when you bring it down to really personal and what's happening for individuals, in retail, everybody's experience, you see an item on the shelf or you see an item that you're interested in, you go to purchase it and it's out of stock. Or they show you things that they no longer have available, or you come in to buy a specific item and it's not there. They promote things that aren't interested to you. It's just distracting. It's not fun. It takes too long to do your shopping. What Internet of Things is going to do is allow retailers to better study the patterns of how their shoppers are doing things in the store, and to better use that information to have the right inventory at the right place at the right time.
How is a retailer going to be able to detect patterns of a customer walking into a store, and how is this actual thing? How will this actually pan out? What's it going to look like, the future retail stores of the future?
Yeah, if you look at how online shopping works today, in online, they can tell how you're navigating through the site, so they can see what you're interested in, and they also know what they have to sell you right now, so they're showing you things that they can sell you that they're not out of stock. Well, when you go into physical retail, we're going to be able to use sensors to detect how people are moving through the store, where people are spending their time, what kind of products they're interested in, and we'll be able to use that information along with understanding the inventory in the store to show and promote things to shoppers that are available in the store right now. And so if the retailer could show you things, it makes you interested. Well, if they show you something and you're interested, but now you can't buy it, it's very frustrating. And we said rather they should show you things that they have in the store right now, and then you create interest in that and you buy it, and that makes the retailer happy, and then of course the shopper. And the Internet of Things is really about how do we bring more efficiency to businesses, but also how do we change people's lives and make people's lives better. And at Intel, we're about trying to make the shopper's experience better, and we think happier shoppers buy more, which makes stores better.
Yeah. Also, there are, when you talk Internet of Things and all this data being collected and then sent up to the cloud, there's always the threat of privacy, or that data being going into the hands or being misused. Simple example, like how we get telemarketer calls these days. Like your mobile number goes out and that person badges you until you buy something. No, and I am exposing my entire pattern to a retailer, which basically means a lot of my data is now available with the retailer and I'm not even aware of it. And that's kind of dangerous, isn't it?
Yeah, so at Intel, our focus is actually on what we call anonymous data. And so all of the platforms and solutions we advocate to our partners are not tracking individuals. And we actually think it's more relevant to understand the pattern of behavior for a shopper at that moment in time, because I'm not always doing the same thing when I'm in a store. Sometimes I have time and I'm browsing. Sometimes I'm really in a hurry to get something done. And my behaviors are different in those times, even though I'm the same person. So if they try to track me as a person, they would miss the nuance of my behavior. And so we advocate, don't try to track the person. Look at the behavior anonymously so that you don't know it's me. You just see a shopper with this kind of behavior, and what kind of thing would that shopper usually like to see?
So that's as far as Internet of Things is concerned. Now, 2016 is certainly the year of virtual reality, or VR, and the show floors of Computex 2016 were filled with buzz of VR. We saw PC demonstrations with clever backpack PCs, and there were arcade-style experiences that we'll never own in our homes, but people will likely pay money for. Wouldn't you want to spend 10 minutes flying like a bird or do the safest parachuting jump around? Now, PC vendors see VR, or virtual reality, as the next big driver of PC upgrades. People love VR when they can access it. They just struggle to justify the price this year as far as Computex 2016 is concerned. And in fact, I got my hands on a couple of pieces of interesting technology at Computex 2016. Now, one was clearly the VR gaming that was over there. Take a look at that. And then I had a chat with the head of desktop products at Intel. Take a look at that as well. This entire feeling happens simply because it's gaming in virtual reality. What many people say is the future as far as gaming and the industry of gaming is concerned. Virtual reality is going to be an integral part of the future of gaming. And here at the Intel Computex in Taipei is where it's being explored as to how it's going to go going forward. Now, I can only tell you how I felt. But when it comes to VR, we probably think that VR is like a advanced technology gaming, but not so much. As far as gaming is concerned, the future is all about VR. Immersive gaming, as they call it, and immersive gaming begins with virtual reality gaming. And it's not just about playing the game in virtual reality, it's all about streaming the game that you're playing live so that your friends can watch it, your family can watch it. and that is the future of the gaming industry, and that is what is being sort of hosted here at Computex 2016 in Taipei, in Taiwan. And as I was playing that game, I figured out that it's one thing to play a game, it's another thing to play a game in virtual reality. And when you play that game, you know what you're talking about. But simple point, the fact of the matter is that virtual reality gaming, creating content for VR gaming is the future as far as the gaming industry is concerned.
VR is actually letting you have a better human being experience with what you're using your compute for, whether it's gaming or content creation, you name it, right? Do I think VR is the future of gaming? You're right, I think it's an absolute element of it, but the idea behind gaming or any experience, whether it's entertainment or an industrial or any other type of experience you have, is you want it to be more immersive. So right now, VR is a very visual kind of immersion aspect, but if you start adding even more technologies on top of that, what you're doing is getting it even more immersive. So if you have haptics, I mean, sensors that you can wear, put around your body, I can actually feel like I'm in the game. And it can measure my reaction to the game, and it can probably change the game based on it. You can do that with entertainment and any other type of experience. I think the things you can do with 360-degree audio can be very immersive as well. So if you can connect the game as I'm looking around the game to an audio experience that tracks the audio appropriately with the way I'm looking, that's the other thing to do it as well. And then if you can give VR the ability or an immersive ability about putting cameras on headsets so that it can detect the world around me, either keep me from bumping into things or integrate those objects into my experience, all of that's about being more immersive.
How does gaming go forward? We're talking about gaming and streaming live as well. Give us a sense of where is gaming as an industry heading towards?
Gaming is already starting to grow at an amazing rate. So it's spanning cultures, it's spanning geographies, it's spanning actually age groups as well. It's very inviting, and it's actually very connected type of experience. So if let's say I'm gaming with you in India, I just speak English. And let's say you did not speak English. We're seeing sort of the advancements around that about just text translation or voice translation, so we get an ability to connect better. I don't have to learn your language and vice versa. I don't have to change who I am to be able to connect with you as a human being. And so those things we're starting to see more excitement around getting integrated in those types of gaming environments. Matter of fact, I'll go back to content creation. Even in content creation environments, if I'm going to collaborate with someone else across the world and I'm separated by distance, time, or language, these type of experiences can be very transformative in the way that we work together.
Give us an idea of what all will Intel do when it comes to gaming and the future of gaming, being a chip maker and a platform maker.
I think the other thing we have to do is remember to partner very, very strongly, right, across not only other...
With content creators, it's it?
But when we talk about collaboration, when we say content creators, not from just the user perspective, the users who are content creators, but also with people who develop software, people who develop all of the other hardware around that. People are like our customers, our OEMs. We have a channel kind of focus as well, making sure the value-added resellers and the system integrators can be part of that. So there's no way we can do this by ourselves, right? The discrete graphics card vendors, we make sure we have PCI Express 3.0 so that people can put up to 4 graphics cards inside of a Broadwell E. This becomes a holistic way of looking about how we're advancing our platform.
So that was it. That was a special coverage all the way from Taipei in Taiwan, where Computex 2016 took place just last week. A whole host of innovations, largely around Internet of Things and, of course, virtual reality. So here's looking forward to a year filled with Internet of Things and virtual reality. And with that, it is a wrap here on this edition of the ET Now Startup Central. Thank you so much for watching. This is Krishna Kumar signing off. But don't go anywhere. You keep watching ET Now. Coming up next is Market Watch.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/etnow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at etnowlive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/etnow.